What up, guys? A little bit late to the party, but it's time for Platinum Reset and Sunday Arena. I was having some real life things interfering with my gaming life again. I had some visitor this weekend, so anyway, what's up, everybody? I hope this time I don't have the Icarus issue as I had on the last reset, because I was kind of peaking crazy high just based on my defense, and of course it had to go that way. I need to take a look at my defense log after this battle, but when I was looking at it like an hour ago, it was the same thing, that I was getting pushed higher just based on defense battles. Which sounds good, but I'm not good enough for that yet. What's up, Yanshane? It's kind of, I don't know, I feel weird about the Predator thing because I keep shilling for it. I mean, there's still, I just checked, was it yesterday, there's still 3 weeks time to buy it, so, you know, it's not even close to over yet. I feel a little bit weird about shilling for him, but, he's one that you definitely don't want to miss. It's kind of odd because, I mean, I've been saying this the entire time, but I feel like there's not enough hype for him. But like the top players in Arena are picking him like all the time, like first or second pick every battle. But outside of that, he doesn't seem to be very common still. Even though, you know, this game is not compromised by like, not compromised. It's not composed by free-to-play players. Like almost everybody who is endgame is some type of spender or so. But people don't want to get him that much. Anyway, it is what it is, I guess. Me shilling doesn't really, you know, it hurts me if anything, so I'm curious to see what's gonna be the next, like, champion pass that they do, because the bar is set really high at this point. If the Predator is disappointment to people, then, you know, what can they whip out? Yeah, I mean, Lizardmen do have a Theox, but obviously Theox is quite hard to get. But I'm pretty sure Theox is still one of the better offense teams in Classic Arena, even at this point. Which PvE teams are you specifically talking about? I have made some about them, but you know, my PvE teams are generally kind of scuffed that I do PvE content with PvP champions on like everything else except Chimera pretty much, and I'm not going for like speed records, I'm just going for using the champions that I already have and that are already geared so that I don't have to swap anything. Are we talking about like dungeon teams or Phantom Shogun, or what are you talking about? Okay, pretty easy start for the first battle. Let's see if Gizmak makes a comeback, but as I mentioned before, it's kind of, in the middle of the season, it's kind of hard to just fully realize the level of difference. Like, after the season ended, you know, the accounts that I'm fighting feel totally different compared to the people that I was fighting. It feels a lot easier. Definitely has to do with gear as well as champions. I can show you quickly what I run in dungeons, but I don't think you're gonna be impressed. Let me see. I don't think any of my dungeon teams saved for like, changed for like eons. Let's see. Minotaur is just solo Rooster and whoever with him. I mean, you can farm Minotaur with pretty much any nuker, so it's not that big deal. Ice Golem, I don't even remember what I run here. As you see, 1.5 minutes on the 10, so I'm definitely not going for speedruns. It's just some random champions with dodges. This is not like a speed tune team or any type of Ice Golem team. This is just a team of champions that I'm already using. Like Acrisia has a Savage set that it's not good enough to use in PvP. I'm never gonna take it away from him. And Ninja and Mikake and Unkensa are all in like PvE items that I wouldn't use in PvP. So I never touch them. What else there is? Dragon, I just solo it with Staldus basically. Like some random team, you know, if you want to try hard, it could be like Seer and as few champions as possible, to be honest, and then Staldus in some kind of regeneration set just to poison the boss. For me, just random champions that I use anyway. Again, you could do much faster version of this team, but I'm not even bothering. I'm sure you can do this in like, I don't know, 15 seconds with basically the same team. Like something to clear the waves and then Staldus to, like everybody to die on the first nuke of the first turn of the boss, and then Staldus just to solo it with the passive and the Poison Reflect, Fire Knight, Fire Knight 10, 7 minutes. I don't even run hard Fire Knight in during events. I just farm the normal 20 because it's most points for tournaments per energy, even though I don't get good gear, but I'm not really gonna use any Fire Knight gear anyway, so that's my PV, you know, progress. I don't think this is gonna be super interesting. If anything, maybe I'll make some of those Faction Wars videos more. Phantom Shogun, it's just Knut and what is it called? Seeker? No? God Seeker, not Seeker. God Seeker and Knut, just this is very old basic team. They can just live it forever, not very fast. I actually kind of wanna get a better, faster team here because I actually do farm Phantom Shogun like all day, every day. I mean, Sand Devil. Phantom Shogun is another weird meme team. This team doesn't make any sense to you, I'm sure. It's because all of these champions are geared for PvP, and this is kind of a weird setup that everybody is in a stone skin, so we don't even get the debuff, like the enfeeble from boss. And if I were to like really try hard it and make a team for this, I'm sure I could make some kind of like 5 or 10 second team and have Rotos take the enfeeble from the boss because he's in Death Dealer and he can't weak it even with the debuff anyway. But I haven't, you know, I haven't try-harded on the PvE content, as you can see. I do them fast enough, and I'm not running that much energy anyway, so that it really doesn't matter if I gear Sand Devil in 20 seconds or 5 seconds. I'm still gonna run out of energy in a couple minutes. Let's see the battle log. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Here is lots of wins, and then there's lots of losses. Then again, win streak. It's very inconsistent. If some really strong accounts hit me, they will totally demolish me. But I'm kind of farming the journeyman players with my defense team. And last week I was like peaking top 100 in like last 10 minutes or something like that, without doing any offense battles, because I just kept winning in defense. But then right in the last couple of minutes I got like tons of losses and I didn't even make it, and I need to work on my defense team here too, but I need some kind of new champions to really get above my limits. I don't think there's like really anything better I can do. I can do Maud instead of Donatello instead of Maud, which I did last week and I usually do. I'm just gonna put Maud this week because I'm hoping that Maud doesn't get as much wins early on, and her being, you know, safer option for people to attack, but maybe slower battle is gonna work up in my favor. But there's nothing crazy here. I don't even have a single mythic in my defense team. I don't think it's worth running Fabian over Rotos or Predator. I've tried it a lot, but Rotos is actually still pretty good in defense, unless you have something like, you know, nice. There isn't really too many champions that are on his level in defense, and definitely not outside of Mythics. It's just him and Predator, so I'm still running those two. I think probably end game I wish I had like Theodosia or Galatir, and then maybe nice, and then I'm sure with these I can make some good defense, but this is good enough for now. My defense is doing way better than offense anyway, so... Anyway, that's a long rant. If you have any questions about any other teams, then let me know. There's nothing really special about my PvE teams or anything, you know, anything crazy, to be honest. But if anything, I think I might make more Faction Wars videos, because there was kind of popular demand, and I made one video a couple weeks ago, and maybe my Faction Wars teams are kind of more interesting, because I have the same mentality in those as I just explained in Dungeons, that I'm trying to do them without tryharding them too much. I want to auto 21, but I don't want to swap on gear everybody every time, even though you kind of have to. But, and I don't want to level like 15 new champions to do it, unless it's like an actual god tier champion that I'm gonna use outside of Faction Wars. Okay, what do we do with this? Orbes are generally super fast. Nobody builds them like as a tank anymore. Maybe we can whip out Sulfurion, but probably not. What's up, Gil Ellis and everybody else? Oh, he went with Sulfurion. Fuck. He liked my champion. I think I go with Maud and not ban Fabian. I might end up regretting this, as I pretty much always do when I don't ban Fabian, but let's go Carnage and ban Fabian and hope for some Wand and Polymorph procs. By the way, I got another Wand today. I wasn't getting them at all when I came back, and now last month I've gotten, I wanna say like 4 Wands, and now I'm pretty much good. Now I got Wand on all of my main champions, and then even one like kind of extra. I put a Wand on Nakarada, which I have been using more lately, but I don't really even... It's not like completely mandatory that I have a Wand for Nakarada, but I'm sure I'll get several in the future too. I kept getting just zerots non-stop, and I gotten so many of them and never Wands, but finally the floodgates opened. Can we not weak it on our base? Ah, okay. We did, and we also got Wanded. It's very weird, Wuchan, but, and I said this like every video pretty much recently, or streams, that I feel like Predator is like in a weird state, because, you know, I guess you can make the argument that he's like a whale champion and you need to buy him, and that's why. But it's, you know, if you play live arena, it's not like top 500 players are spenders and rest people are free to play. You know, top 20,000 account in live arena is probably like pretty big spender, and I'm sure you have some free to plays every now and then, but you know, I'm sure even top 50,000 live arena account is not, has spent a lot on the game, but fuck, we can't get rid of that intercept. The higher up you go, the more popular Predator is, and he gets picked like first pick and banned like every time. And then lower down you go, I feel like people will pick him less, and you more often get to use him. This guy didn't let me use him, which is, you know, makes sense, but when the season ended, or in the last couple days of the arena season, I got like 420 or something like that. Enemies were first picking Predator pretty often, even when they were whipping out teams full of like plus 4 6-star blessing mythics and everything, they were still often first picking Predator, and they were banning it for me in like more often than not, and now I get to play with it way more. I'm sure it's gonna go the same way on next season. I feel like surely over time the general consensus is still gonna be more hype about him, but he's kind of a weird champion. Come on, let me have this. Anyway, I'm pretty happy. I got the like top 500 last season, even though I took a 2-week break. I didn't play any battles for 2 weeks, so it's kind of I'm almost surprised that I still got it in the end, but I did. I did it kind of the hard way though, that first I was playing super hard for first 2 weeks and getting hard battles, and then I came back and eventually, you know, I got hard battles again. If I was chilling out right from the beginning and playing less battles, I could have probably gotten considerably higher win rate if I just stayed lower and didn't push too high too early. But it was a good experience. It it made my account feel more powerful now. Even my win rate went up. Like my total win rate went up in the last season, even though I was getting really hard battles. Wait, who did Wu-chan? Like, are you talking about like some content creator or what? Like, as far as I can see, you know, people were kind of overlooking him at the start, which I was, and Reddit really didn't like Predator. I didn't see like content creators like completely shitting on Predator, but like I saw multiple first impressions videos about Predator, and everybody was like saying that he doesn't do any damage and he sucks, and they kind of didn't see the full potential on the passive on the first video. But like, as far as I know, I don't know if any CC thinks that he's still bad or anything like that. They all kind of were not impressed on the first testing, which makes sense to me, and I was kind of feeling the same way as well. I think we go with Harima in this battle. I've been using Harima lately. Not like a lot, but I mentioned this in my last video that I used Harima like 5 times in the last week, or I think it's now 6 times, and so far she has 100% win ratio. I've pretty much only been picking her against Secret teams, and I have like a tank build on Harima, that she's not a nuker, she's built like UDK or Necret or Vogot in that type of build, and I'm just using her for the passive. Kind of surprises people. The comment sections are kind of weird, Wu-chan, because it's always like, you know, how do I say it without making people mad? Most of the comments are like super positive or super negative. A lot of the comments are not like, you know, I mildly disagree or I mildly agree. So I don't take it, you know, too seriously. Either they are like giga glazing me or they are like haters, so not as bad as Reddit though, but still, you know, comment sections can be odd. Most people that are just chilling, they're not gonna make a comment on a video that they see. If somebody is gonna make a video, generally they have something to say, and it's often hot takes. That's how social media works, and I'm definitely used to it at this point, even though it still kind of gets me off guard sometimes. Sometimes it's a bit weird when people are also like overly positive. It's kind of from a Finnish, you know, Finnish cultural perspective. If somebody is like that positive, it's very sassy. We're not used to taking that hard compliments. What do you mean, Tiro? What about 321? Well, I wish it was still the days. Okay, nice. Here we got pretty easy seed from cheese. Sadly, Gala is not as meta relevant as she was back in the day. I wish we could go back to the old glory days of Gala, but it's gotten to the point that when people talk about Gala, they're talking about Galatir. Nobody even knows what Gala is, and they use her name on another champion, which is very disrespectful. Sure, Tiro. I wasn't really planning. I mean, we can do it. If you beat me, just send me the picture. I didn't really put it on the thumbnail because there's like several weeks left of the giveaway. If you beat me, send me a picture, but I wasn't really planning to chill for it today. Okay, let's not do it today. It's just, you know, we're just chilling today. No competition. There's like 23 days time to do the competition. We'll do it next week and the week after, and I'm sure we can get 5 winners. Well, Vulcanos is strong, and Vulcanos gets stronger over time, but I think I'm good still. Considering that he's not putting a lot of pressure and my Predator is just free taking turns and stacking the passive, you know, we're gonna win. What do you guys think about the tank Harima build? I'm literally using her just to cock the Siegfried. That's the only reason for her existence right now. It's actually working pretty well in that build. I mean, well, okay, let's do the countdown, but if we're gonna do it, then I guess we'll do the giveaway then. The countdown is just super annoying. It never works, and it's he wants to win this battle. Okay, we have to play it until the end. The countdown just never works. It's a bit, you know, bit annoying, but sure, we can do it. I'm surprised that it's so hard to pull it off. I thought we could do it fairly easily if there's like 10 people trying to snipe me at the same time. Surely most of the time one of them would get me, but turns out there's actually quite many people playing live arena, so it's not that easy. Okay, we got Guts is polymorphed. It's definitely not over yet. I mean, unless I can get one more. Yeah, okay, he's starting to hit really hard on the A1 now. Unless I can get block revive on the... Oh fuck, we got... That's actually bad. We got polymorphed on really bad moment. See, he might still win this. It's looking bad for me. Oh, okay, nice. We got some heals out of that. We still need to dodge this though. Okay, let's go. Vulcanos' damage ramps up and he starts to hit hard, but Predator is a beast himself as well. Yeah, like I said about the delay, I'm not trying to do it, but I don't know how to turn it off. Oh, everybody's on this topic. What's up, Kayakonio? It's not, you know... I already took a victory lap on it multiple times. It is what it is, you know. Not to toot my own horn about it, but, you know, it's not the first or second or 5th or 10th time that, you know, I have completely different take than mainstream, and I'm right, so, you know. And it really isn't that surprising. Even the big boy accounts, you know, they were not underestimating Predator. So also, you know, Reddit is always taking L's. Reddit is, you know, has its uses if you need to look up some like information, some like very generic information, and you just want to quickly see discussion about it. But anything in depth that is like nuanced, Reddit is not the way to go. He's really playing it until the end. Props for him. He definitely could have won this battle, but I feel like finally we should be over. Made sense to... Oh my god, he's still doing it. Made sense to play it until the end. I don't want to block revive Sifi, but I feel like maybe we should do it at this point. Let's turtle a little bit. Well, I don't think I should have block revived Maritska, but Predator got feared. I mean, slept after he got the block revive back. I don't think block reviving Maritska here. I couldn't do it when it made sense. I don't think it's time to go away from Polymorph. If you look at my team, I don't even have a lot of Polymorph. It's just on Dust's. Oh no, yeah, Armand's too. Harima doesn't have it. Polymorph is double-edged sword, and you can definitely... It can definitely backfire, as you can see there. But... It's, you know... Everything else in this game is RNG too. If you proc Helm Smasher or not, it's RNG. You know, there's many other things you might proc. Turn meter from masteries or not. All kinds of things can go your way or not, but considering that Polymorph can stop a champion from like stunning your entire team or something like that, it's definitely worth using to me. That's kind of funny because, you know, a lot of people hate Polymorph, which is fair enough, but there is a lot of other strong mechanics, and I don't think it's like even that OP these days for the reason that you said. Oh fuck. Sorry Tiro, I'll do it next time. I don't think 3, 2, 1 is quite enough, but I'll do it. I'll do from 10. 7, well, that guy was, you know, kind of, he really wanted to win it. I don't think it usually goes that long, but my battles are not that fast generally, so not that unusual. And yeah, you know, I'll victory lap over Reddit being wrong, but you know, it's fair enough if people underestimate like some new champion or relic, or overestimate. It kind of happens all the time, so... And often it's kind of hard to, especially when the content creators get the kits about champion in advance and they don't get to play them, we don't get to see multipliers and so on. Especially at that time, it's kind of hard to really make any proper judgments, and you can really only see it when you get to play it a lot in practice. Some autistic player is gonna figure out something that you don't see coming oftentimes, and it can change things. Oh, he's picking Harima. Should I ban it? I feel like he's gonna ban my Predator. I almost could have gone for Fabian ban, to be honest. He just has 3 supports and 2 Nugars and not that much hard CC. No lockout or normal lockout or anything like that. Maybe he wouldn't have had a lot of damage if I banned the Fabian. Oh, he even went Rotos ban. Yeah, I should have banned, and I mean not Fabian, Empress. I should have banned Empress. I don't think he would have had that much damage potential with the Harima. Like, he's getting defense buff and so on, but there's no decreased defense or anything like that, and Harima damage is not exceptional. I think, well, speaking of Freya, like, you know, I've seen Freya, like, not all the time, but I do see it sometimes, and I've had many pretty hard battles against Freya, so maybe that's one champion that I was kind of underrating a little bit, not like that much. I mean, Freya is definitely not like top tier meta champion, but it's definitely usable, let's say. This guy already has the new mythic relic from this seasonal event. He has Volcardia card, I'm pretty sure, on Maritzka, but it could be on Galater too. Usually people use it on Maritzka, but if he has a resistance build on Galater, it will basically be one of the 2 best resistance relics. So he has pretty good good relics on his team at least. But yeah, Predator... Okay, it's over already. There you go, that's the Predator being OP. He has a team full of supports and no CC, and Empress is already out. Like I said before, I think Predator is one of those champions that often we get some really strong new champion that is like meta and very strong, and then after maybe like 6 months, he's already not commonly used anymore. Unless they really go out of their way to implement some kind of mechanic that counters evasion and is also really strong against non-evasion champions, which they really would have, you know, go out of their way to do something like that. I don't think Predator is ever gonna be not meta. I think he's always gonna be basically viable. He's so strong and universal champion. We're talking about Predator glazing until the Forge Pass ends, I guess, but I mean, if you just CC him at the start or one-shot him, you know, he's not immortal like nice, but he's, you know, as close to it as you can get, I guess. Ah, Odin. I hate Odin. Odin is one of my, you know, my most hated enemies. I don't want to see him. I do have soul stones. I don't know if I want to pull, because I've been talking about the fact that I've been saving my soul stones and shards for events, and I think it might be, considering that we still have the assassin event going on, it might be quite a while before we get some kind of Titan event for new champion or something like that. And it feels kind of wrong to hold my shards so long. I think we still have to go with Rotos in this battle. And I really want to ban the Odin, but I think I have to go Gnishak. Let's ban the Odin. But the Gnishak can totally one-shot me if he goes first. Angelo, I'm not your go-to guy for clan boss. I'm just using turtles at clan boss at this time. I don't even have like a speed tune team anymore, and the team I had before it was made like 5 years ago. Clan boss, you know, is a lot easier these days than it used to be, and there's plentiful amount of speed tune teams and guides, like on Deadwood Jedi website and just on YouTube. You know, depends how early you are, but if you have a good chunk of champions, you can definitely find a team for it. But I'm assuming that you're really early into the game if you're struggling with clan boss. Come on, no weak hit. Okay, let's go. By the way, guys, if you didn't know, because I didn't know about it until much later. Turtles can just super easily auto clan boss if you didn't know. They will do like many times more damage. You don't have to speed tune them. You can use them in like stone skinned and like completely unoptimized builds for PvE, and they will kill clan boss like 15 times over. It's actually quite nice. I can go like, you know, with couple turtles even ungeared, and it's nowhere close that we would fail clan boss, so it's pretty good. Yeah, I did get top 500 in Ensa. I was like 420 something. I forget what exact rank, and now there's like a week left until the season ends. Maybe I don't want to auto all the way to the end against Nice, but looking pretty good so far. It's kind of funny that people are not that scared of Armans anymore, especially with Wand of Submission. People often just let me have it, which when he was new, he was considered like the, you know, he was always the first pick and ban for the enemy team. Now I feel like almost more often than not people let me have Armans and they're not that bothered by him. See, there was a good polymorph for you guys. In the other battle against the Vulcanos, against the Ancient Order guy, Duchess was kind of self-immolated by getting polymorphed multiple times from Wand of Submission, but there we had a really good polymorph proc that was helpful. I probably would have won other, like without it anyway, but that can definitely be game winning against nice teams all the time. Okay, do we have enough damage? Nice are so tanky, it's kind of crazy. This was a little bit weird team, I'm not gonna lie, but that's off-season for you. Both Senna and Arbiter were insanely squishy, and I went first, so he's not even like very fast. But Nice is still strong that he by himself always puts up a fight. Okay, let me show you my clan boss. What's the last one that I did? Okay, I didn't do brutal yet. Let me show my... There's not even like a team setup, it doesn't matter. Can I just show the stats? Like, Leonardo, not that fast, actually kind of slow because this is a build for PvP, and I think often you kind of want to have Leonardo pretty slow in your turtle team. But this is a slow build in stone skin. We could definitely whip out a build with like just more damage per hit and also faster for PvE. Raphael is missing multiple pieces of gear because I have Swift Parry on Carnage and I still didn't make a separate build for him. Donatello is in Resistance, not PvE build at all, and all of them are in PvP masteries and everything else. Mikey has like a decent build, but it's like stone skin and PvP build. Mikage is like the only one of them that is in actual PvE build, though my Merciless and Relentless is not that good and she's only 314 speed. Let's see how we do against, which was it, Brutal clan boss. No speed tune, wrong gear, Raphael doesn't even have gear on, and you know, no setup. I would recommend this team because you don't have to speed tune or anything. This is like this is great at this point. Of course, if you have Titus and you're using it in other content anyway, and I guess the Titus team doesn't need to be speed tuned, you might as well use it. But if you don't have that, might as well put turtles and take the gear off your old clan boss team if you might have a use for it. Okay, we're not gaining that much points. Maybe I need to put the Donatello back up. For some reason, in live arena battles I definitely do better with Maud than Donatello, but Donatello in my defense team does way better than Maud. But I didn't want to do too good too early to get too high and lose, like last week. Okay, there's still 40 minutes left. I kind of want to do like one battle to get the platinum stats, but I don't want to get too high points. No, let's not do it. Let's not do it. I learned the mistake from the last time. I might get too many defense wins and it's not gonna work out for me. But yeah, the off-season feels kind of almost too easy. I don't want to say too easy because that's a little bit cringe, but compared to the seasonal push, it almost feels like too easy after that. And it's not as interesting anymore. Some enemies, I mean, we can still get god tier enemies. Yesterday I fought a guy with more than 100 million player power. But, you know, there's quite many people playing live arena and most of them are not pushing for top 500, and you can definitely tell the difference when you fight them. I need to do some memory and experimenting this week that we have before the next season starts. Yeah, I think, you know, we don't have the numbers how many people finish like 1320 at the end of the arena season. Would be kind of interesting if Plarium would give some kind of stats like that out. But I'm sure it's way more than 500 people, so I think, you know, I don't want to say most because I don't know what's the proper way to put it, but I think a lot of the end game players are doing that. Either you go for high points, which is not that many people, but I think a lot of people just go for the max rewards. I haven't really thought about it from PvE perspective, but is Death Dealer even usable in like Chimera or something like that? I don't know how much PvE uses the relic even has. PvP you can build it on many things, but do you really want to take double damage against Chimera? Even if you can get slightly better stats with it. Maybe you can do it on somebody like Titus, but I'm pretty sure it's not like a super relevant thing in PvE. Okay, 9-piece Mercurial Hilvi, that definitely is the go-to build. It's kind of crazy how many people already have those, you know, CC champions in 9-piece Mercurial. I'm seeing a lot of it. I've been one piece away of getting my mod in Mercurial for like several weeks, but I still don't have an amulet and I don't really have another champion at the moment that I want to put into the set. It's definitely, you know, I could put it on my Armans down the line because that would prevent him from getting polymorphed, but I have like quad speed pieces on Stone Skin, so I actually need to get good Mercurial if I do it. I only got 1 triple speed so far, and we have been farming stone skin for years, so I don't think it's gonna be too easy to get as fast set on Mercurial as stone skin. No headbanging today. We're just chilling. I'm not hype enough to do it. We did it that one time, and maybe we'll do it some other time, but I'm not in that kind of adventurous mood today. We got a good Discord emote out of it, so it was worth it though. Yeah, I agree, Tiro, but I've seen some people with actually good sets, so it's not like quite many people, so we still... This is kind of looking bad. My Roto's in trouble. We still get quite a lot of Mercurial, and we have Chaos Source, so you can try to... It's not too hard to get usable accessories. And if you don't use it on a nuker, you use it on like a speed champion. You only really care about speed and maybe accuracy, and even tankiness might not be that relevant. And it's not too hard to get. I think we're gonna lose this one. It's not too hard to get a build on those champions. Rotos is still my weak link in these kind of battles. He's not gonna do well against Embrus. He's really good against Nice and just in general, but Embrus is such a terrible matchup for him. Maybe I actually should have picked Gallows in this battle. I'm not, you know... Maria is okay, but I'm not really, you know, that scared of her, but, you know, he has a team with 2 champions in Mercurial, and we only have 1 nuker, and it's a single target, single hitter, and he has Embrus, which is kind of like pretty much the biggest counter to Rotos, or like, you know, bit like on the same level as Harriman UDK, so it's not the perfect battle. Okay, we lost this one. That's definitely, you know... Sometimes Rotos is super good, he can kill nice teams when other people can't, but... Embrus, UDK, Marius... you know, those champions are horrible for him. I could have just picked Carnage in that battle as well, now that I think about it. Fuck. Okay, let's try Gallows on this one, but you know, I don't really like Gallows against Marius. We can definitely take a hit, but chances are we are gonna get enfeebled when we go to the second form. I don't know if Predator is like hard Rotos counter. I think it's kind of even matchup actually. Predator is strong affinity and can take a hit from Rotos A2, but or like Rotos in general, but at the same time Rotos A2 kind of cocks him when he decreases the health, and Rotos passive is good against Predator. If you miss an ability, then Predator is just gonna counter attack, and then you get... fuck. Should I take Sulfurion? And you get another turn on Rotos. So... I think it's kind of even. If you have good heals or shields on your team, I think Rotos can almost be like a good matchup against Predator, to be honest. If you have Rotos in ward, he's not gonna die from the double hit A2, and Predator passive can kind of be like abusable by Rotos. No, maybe abusing is wrong word, but like you miss and you get another turn as long as you have health. So even if Predator dodges once or couple times, you can get multiple attempts at killing him. And if you land like one A2, chances are that it's gonna die. And if it doesn't, then it's gonna do a lot less damage. Damn. Speed teams are OP. I'm always on the other end of the spectrum because I'm so slow and I don't believe in my Sulfurion, but when you get to do it to other people, it feels so OP. Our positions are reversed. I'm usually in that situation that he was in this battle. I don't know about Sulfurion, but I mean, Tower Helm is definitely something on supports like Galatir, I guess. There's kind of, you know, mixed opinions about it. There's other good stuff too, but you can definitely use it. Pretty often people still heavily go for like speed teams or Vans, and you know, Van is always a good relic, even though it's just a legendary one. But if you make some kind of actually tanky team, I'm sure you can get some matchups where the enemy team literally doesn't have enough damage to kill you if you have somebody like Galatir in Tower Helm and really good build or something like that. I would kind of hope to get Galatir, and if I get Galatir, maybe I put, and if I get Tower Helm, maybe I put my Volcardia card to Galatir and Tower Helm to Duchess, and my Duchess would be even more tanky than she is right now. Okay, I really want to pick Sulfurion against him, but let's see if he is faster. Let's go, fuck, Carnage. Do I really want to go Carnage against this Dark Bastard? Let's go Carnage. Wukong, what? I haven't seen Wukong in a while. On paper, this seems kind of good matchup for us, to be honest. But I don't usually play this type of team, and I've never seen a team like that. The Russian text kind of goes over my head, or you know, whatever language that is, if it's not Russian. I'm not well versed in that. I remember a couple years ago, you know, before my break, there used to be a lot of Russian people in the chat back in those days, but I think they kind of quit the game. We have a lot of returning players in Raid, but there's also a lot of quitters. When I came back from my break, it was kind of funny because all my friends pretty much quit the game, and then there was some friends that had quit the game before and they were playing again. Okay, Carnage is having a hard time, but he didn't proc he has Swift Parry, he didn't proc it yet, so maybe he can do it. No, come on. Did I just proc Swiftberry before we got polymorphed? Man, Carnage pick never... oh yeah, we got block revived. Carnage pick never works out to me. I feel like I have to pick Necrot with him, but then I see other people pretty much never picking Necrot with him and they still get away with it, but not me. Should have just gone Rotos. Even against the Emrys. Yeah, I wish they would have done the free gear removal from the start. I think the game could be even more popular than it is. And not just the free gear removal, but the like the champion rebalancing that they're doing these days. Come on, Carnage, I believe in you. Stay alive for like a couple seconds and take a turn. I am running him in both Swiftberry and Stoneskin, yeah. He's just not interested in proccing the Swiftberry. Okay, next. How much time do we have for the reset? Dude, I hated Curse City so much. I still hate it. I'm never gonna like Curse City. It left so bad taste in my mouth. Like the fuckers at Plarium are like, you know, expecting us to do some kind of like Tormin Yumeko floors with like epic champions without free gear removal. Like what even was that? Like I said it back then too, like when Curse City was new, that we need to sentence the Plarium developers to like to do the Curse City themselves. Like they need to actually without free gear removal do the epic floors on their own account, and you know they need to reflect on their actions, because that's so BS. It's still BS even with the free gear removal, but before that it was just crazy. That you need to have like some random, you know, Ogrun only epic health scaling champion team or whatever, crazy stuff like that. And then you need to auto some random Tormin rooms for like 30 minutes with changing gear on everybody, and it's like 100 million silver every time you do that goddamn room. Okay, who can I actually beat to quickly gain points? This one. What's up, Imro? I've been streaming now. I wasn't really streaming before I quit. Now I've been streaming much more now than then, but I've only been streaming like once a week on Sunday so far. I've been thinking about, you know, maybe streaming on Wednesdays and streaming CVC, but it's not every week. But I kind of want to do a second stream per week, so maybe I'm gonna start doing it sometime soon. Okay, that was kind of easy, but this is not really. That was not like a real defense team anyway, so these are what we're gonna see. Damn, Predator and Theodosia, imagine how annoying that kind of team is. Okay, can I do this one? I feel like I can. I stream once a week so far, but haven't done more than that. And I've been kind of inactive, that I do content for a couple weeks and then I don't do any content for a couple weeks and so on, so there's also been that. Okay, this guy has the tower helm on Maritzka. I guess that's gonna be a really tanky team then. I'm glad it's not the end of the reset, because I'm sure this battle is gonna take me like 3 minutes and I might even lose it anyway. Oh, we broke the passive that easily. Just from a counter attack. No whale can go for A2 on the Siegfried. Is he gonna proc the passive? Fuck. If we kill Nice now, he's gonna proc the passive. Okay, no. Good. Yeah, I should probably stream more, but to be honest, you know, not to cry about it, but when I came back from my last 2 weeks break, you know, nobody's been watching my videos anyway, so I would definitely hit a slump again. I definitely should do some other content than just live arena videos. It's not really... it's maybe a little bit more too like one-dimensional. Come on, let me get this win so I can move to live arena battles. I knew this was not gonna be easy. If I could just get one turn with Whale on Predator and kill the Siegfried, but we're getting buff stripped every time before it happens, or before we get there. Okay, no immunity. Can we finally end it? Okay. Oh, come on. Don't do it. Okay, Rhodos... No, Rhodos is not gonna go before Nice. Oh. That was kind of squeezy Nice. I was expecting that to do like 1/3 of his current health at that point and be nowhere close enough to kill him. Okay, one more. These look even worse than that team. Fuck. I guess we go with this one. I choose you. Fuck. You think I should skip Platinum push? Why? I mean, first of all, I want to do Platinum reset for the loot. You know, if you saw my video that I made about Swift Parry a while ago, I think there's a good chance that Swift Parry is gonna be a lot more relevant soon, because Platinum confirmed that it's getting buffed, and I feel like it's more likely than not it's gonna get ignored defense. But, you know, Platinum Arena has always been my thing, even if it's not popular these days, so I wouldn't really want to not do Plat push. Can we get block revive? No, fuck. Damn, I hate Galatir passive so much. We could just easily one-shot him from that health, but we can't do it because of the passive. If I do A1, we're not gonna have enough damage to proc the passive, and I have to waste my A3 to proc the passive. I think we lost this battle. Okay, fuck me. Next, I have to pay games for refresh because I can't beat these guys. It's 30 minutes, so I actually have to start pushing now. Let's just do a couple free wins. No, I'm nowhere close enough to Polara. No, I don't have the champions to do it. Just let me show you so you understand the level of account we're dealing with. Like, if you think I can do Polara, then you're sorely mistaken. Here's all of my mythic champions and legendary champions on my account. I mean, it's a lot of legendaries to be fair at this point, but you know, first of all, mythics are kind of the big deal, and a lot of my legendaries are like the old irrelevant ones. Like in some factions like Ogrun, you know, I'm like stuck on floor 7, so I don't know if I'm ever gonna finish faction wars, to be honest. Like half of the factions, or a little bit more than half, I can auto 21. But that being said, I'm nowhere close enough to finishing faction wars. There are some factions where I need to pull, like, I don't have a single good champion in that faction, like Ogrun. Okay, Ogrun I have like one good champion that I pulled recently, but he's not good enough to do it by himself. Wait, I definitely should not do this with turtles, but let me just put gear on Mikey, not Mikey, Raphael anyway, in case I use him. It's kind of goal to time now. There's like 30 minutes left, which is not too early for me to push, but we're still a couple points below it, so... Actually, no, it's fine, it's fine. It's almost too early. Too early for my standard to push yet. Okay, defense is tanky now. Come on, let me have... okay. I can do that maybe with Sulfurion. Yeah, Siegfried is great. It's also good in classic arena defense too. It might not be the most popular thing to run. Damn. Need better blessing. How did we not... fuck. How did we not break the stone skin on everybody? It might... Oh my god, are we gonna lose to this team? Oh my god. Surely we're good. Yeah, Siegfried is good. He's not... People are not as hype about him as, let's say, Nice, but he is crazy. You saw how I struggled with him in that one battle. And people do use him in classic arena defense still. Can we see any teams with it? I can only see them because I'm not defending plat. Okay, not a lot of Siegfried teams here. Siegfried teams here, to be fair, but I've definitely seen them. Oh, that's a lot of Predator. That's increased a lot from before, because I was talking with some of those guys that are driving the top accounts, and I remember Yusu was saying a couple weeks ago that there was only one Predator in top 20, but now it's like Predator is as common as Nice, and like a lot of the teams are running Predator. A lot of Predator Theodosia combination. Okay, let's... Time to start winning battles. This team I can do with Rotos, yeah. This is gonna be really scuffed, but I think this is the way that I have to go about this. I can't even farm the current meta teams with turtles. It's too, you know, people fix those gaps in their teams. I really have to auto teams with Rotos. That's the way to go. It's slow and you know, doesn't feel right, but it's the safest way that I can do it. Wait, fuck. I don't have the presets for this team because I changed the UDK, and it uses A3 as priority if you're not if you don't set up the presets. Fuck. I don't know if, you know, not to like I don't know if people are gonna use, you know, Predator in Platinum defense because, like, the top accounts. I don't think they're doing it because Cruise and streamed it. I'm sure it might affect like live arena popularity, but I don't think that's, you know, I don't think the top arena accounts are gonna do it because Cruisen did it. No diss to him, but those guys are, you know, talking with themselves and their clanmates, and if one of them does something, then other people do it, but they're not gonna do it because like a streamer or content creator did it. It's gonna go the other way around, if anything. Does Cruisen like push platinum? Is he still like he's not? Is he competing for like top 20? I don't think I heard about him pushing for it. Or like is he playing on some other people's account on Plat Reset or something like that? Because if he's not like in IPR or SP, like who is he gonna drive for? Okay. 7 minutes, it's still not too early for me. Can I find like one really fast team or a couple easy ones in one tap? Man, these teams look look so scary. I'm so out of the loop. Oh, he's pushing it. Is he pushing on his own account or somebody else's? Okay. What can I do here? Double Taras, double Marriage. He's like memeing, but I can't even beat that team. Fuck, do we have to go for this Grixia Marius team? I don't... Well, actually, let's refresh. I want to fight higher points teams. That would have only been 7 points anyway. Damn, the Gizmax team seems kind of doable, but it's risky. Level 93, okay. Yeah, I'm not Banana Champ, but that wouldn't be the first time that I hear it. Fuck, that was a lot of damage, holy moly. That just died instantly. Okay, fuck. Not looking great, and today I'm not getting like massive win streak on defense like I did last time. It was so weird last time that I wasn't doing any battles and I just kept going higher and higher. I was getting so many wins in defense. Come on, Predator, you can do it. I believe in you. Come on, dodge. Okay, we're good. This is so scarred. It's the same thing every week. I'm not good enough. Okay, that's the easiest one. We go for the Embrus Fabian Marius. Okay, it's looking not bad. As long as Marius doesn't like one-shot us, we should be good. Okay. Yeah, I know, I am struggling with level 93. I'm not gonna make, I'm not gonna lie about. Okay, are we gonna lose to the Turtles team? Is this guy like running immunity on these champions? Dude, the thing is that my 3-star blessing is not enough on Sulfurion. The burn damage will get so much higher if we get to 5-star blessing. But this should be... Oh my god. This should be easy on paper. He's running multiple turtles with immunity, like I was just saying. That's like the only way you can really run turtle defense, so it makes sense, but you're gonna sacrifice a lot to do it, so... Oh, it's looking bad. I think we might lose to this one. Oh my god. Come on, Rotos, you have the damage, I believe in you. Okay, okay, very, very good. Anyway, do I have time for one more? If we can finish this fast, maybe in best case scenario we can even do one more battle. Come on guys, hurry up. Definitely worth it to just manual the battles with Rotos though and not even try to turtle. I think that's more consistent. The turtles might be faster if I get really lucky, like that 1 week where... we're out of plat again. Like that 1 week when I got 29, but I need to get kind of lucky for that. Come on. 499 is good enough, but don't let me finish gold. I don't want gold. Wait, there's like 1 minute. I think I just go for... I just go for the gold for like legendary team with 6 points. We take this. At least it's gonna be quick win, hopefully. Okay, one more. Can I do anything quickly? No. Give me one quick battle and we could actually do well. Okay, I just YOLO this. We go for this and auto it and see if we can clear it in time. Oh fuck. I even had the wrong team on. I thought I was running the Donatello team and not Sulfuren, but it's fine. We didn't have time to switch team anyway. Come on. Auto faster. Go, 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 go. Did we make it? Dude, it's close. Close. Come on. Come on. Fuck. Grixia, don't waste time on your... Okay, we got it. That's in time. That can't. Okay. 18 seconds. We still have even time. Okay. This week, I think we finished that. 186, so I think unless I get Giga destroyed in defense, which is totally plausible, I think we did it. Yay. Okay, it wasn't so bad. Last week I got screwed. It's funny because last week my defense was doing like way better than this week, but it was doing like way too good. I was literally, if you guys didn't see the stream last week, I was not doing like any battles for the last hour, and we had like 10 minutes left or something like that, or maybe like last 2 or 3 hours I didn't do any battles, and then in last 10 minutes I was like rank 99 or something like that, because my defense just kept winning and winning way too much, and then I got like Giga destroyed in like the last 2 minutes or something like that, and I didn't even finish plat. Oh, we haven't got... Oh, that doesn't count. We got one last minute win too. So we got one loss in like probably like last 20 seconds or something like that. I mean loss, yeah. Okay, what rank are we on the leaderboards? It's the thing is, you guys probably know, but so when they change how it works and you don't get to see what rank you finished, we can still look it up from here, but it's not wait, is this wrong? Wait, how did you do it? This is not reliable. What? It's not showing the other ranks. Top 100 is like 12 points more than me, so we're probably like 200 or 100 something, I guess. I don't know why they can't make something so simple as show the proper leaderboards after the platinum reset, but oh, Fuchs. At least we made it. I wasn't even that much below Fuchs, and obviously he has a lot better account. I think we take it, guys. That's not too bad. That's pretty much as well as I can do. Oh, Rebel. Isn't that the content creator, or am I mistaking him? I mean, I finished 29, not to flex about it too many times, not that long time ago, but this is probably as good as I can really do, so we'll take it. 29 was kind of almost like a scam. I don't know how that happened. Well, it's only like 60 points, I guess, and I would be 29 if my defense would get like 6 wins in the end, which is totally plausible. That has happened, then I could, I guess, do it, but... Oh, Grusen got 19, so he was up there in the leaderboards. That's his own account, right? Yeah, this is not somebody else's account. It's kind of funny because Grusen used to be like a free-to-play, not free-to-play, but he used to be like a low spender. He wasn't Giga Whale back in the day, but he went pretty ham while I was gone. His account didn't used to be that, you know, he wasn't running empowered mythics before. I'm not used to seeing a whale Cruiser. I remember Cruiser was running Joffred defense in Classic Arena, and he was like the only person doing it, and you know, he was one of us back in the day. Oh, Raptor got 4. I think I had didn't I have this guy on one video thumbnail for like live arena maybe a couple weeks ago. I beat him and I put it in thumbnail, I think. Top 3 is mad. Then we got 1 Rose. Rose finished higher than Aspie, which is kind of funny. But still mostly mad and Aspie at the top. Couple Rose. How many Rose do we have in top 20? 4 people, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 Rose in top 20. Before I quit, Rose wasn't really like arena clan. I don't think there was generally any Rose in like top 20 or anything like that, but times have changed. And Cruisen is not in IPR. Definitely has changed. And well, there's no IPR, so there is that. I wish we could see their teams, but Plarium is just being a, you know, they screwed the leaderboards and everything else, so we can't really properly analyze this. I still can't see the teams, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I can't see the teams of top players. Yeah, I don't know about exactly like that, Pepsi, but something along those lines. Like, multiple people kind of explained the IPR thing to me, because I've told this before. I don't, you know, I don't have to hide it, you know. When I came back, my plan was to grind and try to join IPR when I was strong enough that they might accept me. I didn't ask them. Like, when I came back, I never asked them to join, but that was my plan. But then they just ended up disbanding the entire clan, which I didn't see coming. And yeah, I heard that they went to a couple different directions, but I guess, yeah, several of them went to Rose. People were telling me about that as well, and I guess they had some like internal clan issues, and some people were like taking their players to one place and some people were going to another place. But yeah, a little bit sad to see, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't not to roast Aspie too much, but I was expecting that Aspie would disband before IPR. I didn't think IPR was gonna disband. Evan Mad is still up, and you know, IPR seemed like they were doing, you know, they had like a tight-knit community and team, but I guess not. I mean, tight-knit community in a game like this is kind of hard because there's so many people quitting the game and coming to the game that it's, you know, you can't have like permanent clans, but still. I thought they were united by their friends' identity, but I guess it didn't last until the end. Oh fuck. I think I hit oh no, it's like 1 hour ago. Never mind. One of my friends was sending me a picture in Discord that I hit him, but now it's like 1 hour ago. I was just memeing around with Harima. I was just autoing battles with that. Never mind. It used to be kind of big deal back in the day in math that if you accidentally hit a clanmate, that was actually kind of bad. And sometimes some jerks were maybe doing it on purpose, and people were super serious about the reset, of course, and they were not finishing like top 100 but better than that. And it would be really annoying if a clanmate hit you, and it would be like a potential drama, so people were always kind of walking on eggshells with that stuff. I don't think it really matters to me at this point, and I wasn't looking really hard at CHQ players to not hit them. Okay, let's catch up with the chat. I have been monologuing for the last 20 minutes doing the live arena. Yes, I thought there was a chance it could be Ukraine. Sorry, I can't tell the difference. It is what it is. I'm almost surprised that the Hilvi is not in Mercurial, because somehow every Hilvi user already has 9p set on their champions, but not this guy. Okay, can we just actually no. We go for Siegfried, then we can nuke. Anyway, I hope you guys got platinum. I'm still recommending it for everybody to push plat and get the items in case they become more relevant soon. So, as I said before, let's say that the new buffed sets really pop off. It's probably gonna be a lot more competitive and harder to get plat later on. So might as well do it now when it's not that popular. But hey, we didn't lose to the level 93. I might have been sweating, but I didn't lose at least. Okay, what now? I could for once go Galleus like we were talking in the last battle. Maybe I go Galleus. He already has a lockout and ambush, so let's not even go with Rotos on this one. Farben, you think it would be interesting if I do Chimera live? I mean, I can do it, but I don't know how interesting that's gonna be. I'm not doing well on Chimera, so... I never did that kind of stuff. Maybe I should do it, but that honestly, that thought hasn't even come to my mind. I have thought about streaming Sieges and CVC, but I haven't even thought about streaming Hydra or Chimera. Maybe I should have just gone with UDK instead of Mod, actually. Am I still gonna ban the Embers? Yeah, I think so. A kind of out-of-field mortar. I should have gone UDK. That would have been so much better. Or even Harima. Well, we don't know how we get the accessories yet, the Hobbit. It could be from somewhere else than Arena, like Classic Arena. It could be from multiple content. But, you know, outside of that, like, the thing about the Swift Parry is that they haven't been relevant, so it hasn't really been worthy to grind them. But accessories, especially rings and amulets, it's not hard to get a usable one or even a good one, because there's not that big difference of like a decent amulet than, like, you know, any random crit damage amulet. So, you know, it's pretty hard to get the Swift Parry set unless you have actually been pushing the plat entire time, which very few people have. It might be still worth it to just get more pieces and prepare for the accessories. I don't think the accessories are gonna be plat only. Plausible, but considering that we have you can get Swift Parry accessories from Forge, and they have added them, like, you can craft them from Forge and you can get them from events and clan shop and multiple places, and this has been a thing for a long time. I feel like there's no way they're gonna limit the accessories just for platinum chests. I'm assuming that they will be from those, but surely from other content too. Or they could be from only some new content and not even Classic Arena, but I kind of hope that they will buff the rewards in Classic Arena, because it kind of needs it. What's up, Michaelens? I'm not even saying Swift Parry right now is good. I think it's very niche. I don't think back in the day people used to run it even on like revivers like Sifi and Duchess. Pretty much the only popular use that I can recall right now is Carnage. I'm sure there might be some couple other champions that I'm not thinking about right now that people might sometimes put in Swift Parry, but it's basically not used set. But like, there's no way that the 9B set is not gonna be better, so let's go Embers for once. People have been picking Embers today. I haven't really gotten him in many battles. And we go Harima. Do I even need to ban the Yumeko? Should I go for Odin or Marius ban? I kind of want to go for Marius, actually. Yeah. Well, if you haven't been using your core hammers, then I guess, you know, maybe you have some opportunity there. I've used them, but I kind of made a mistake, which made total sense at the time, but maybe a couple months after I came back, I did a big gear cleanse on my account, and I sold most of my Swift Parry gear, basically like anything that wasn't like perfect, because I wasn't expecting them to be used ever. I mean, I was talking about them adding Swift Parry set, but I wasn't banking on it, and I sold a lot of Swift Parry, which I would have kept if I knew that we were gonna get a buff on them and the 9B set. I still kept all the best stuff, of course, but I should have a... there were some pieces that were like epics, and they were maybe like missing one good substat to be great, and maybe I would have rolled them to 16 if I knew this was gonna happen, so even I kind of need more Sweet Berry. I have some really crazy pieces, but I could definitely use more filler pieces on even items like shields and weapons that are not generally too hard to get. Assuming that I'm gonna use multiple Sweet Berry sets, of course. Goddamn Odin passive. I hate him so much. Yeah, I should have gone Odin ban. Not. Well, I mean, Marius can be kind of scary, especially with Yumeko, so maybe it would have been bad either way. Damn, he still hit 200k even with Harima passive. That's crazy. He would have hit like 800k without it or something insane. Okay. We lost it. Holy moly, he hit 200k through Harima passive with Siegfried. The other guy that that was definitely with Helm Smasher, but even still it's crazy. The other guy I fought earlier with Siegfried, oh, we don't have it in the log anymore. That guy was, oh no, this guy maybe. He wasn't hitting very hard. No, this is not the guy. The other guy we fought earlier on the stream. That Siegfried wasn't scary at all. He didn't really do anything. Anyway, I'm kind of in a limbo. I'm waiting to get 9-piece Mercurial. I want to be able to play it, and first thing I'm gonna do it is on mod, but if I get like one good set, I'm sure I'm gonna switch it around and play it on multiple champions and so on. It's a bit, you know, everybody wants to play with it when it's new. It's kind of funny how Harima fell off so hard, but it makes sense, you know. Harima is not like Nice or Predator. I don't think those are gonna fall off easily. Even Rotos didn't, and he's been nerfed literally more than any champion in the game, and he's also, you know, 5-year-old champion at this point. But Harima fell off really hard. She used to be very popular. Now I pretty much like very rarely see her. In most live arena sessions I'm not gonna see a single Harima. I'm gonna go with Nakarada. Maybe we go Galleos as the last pick, but let's first see what he does. Okay, Cardiel. That's a champion I haven't also seen in a while. I was super happy when I got Cardiel like years ago. It wasn't like top tier even back then, but it was still kind of one of my best champions. And I was using it in classic arena defense for quite a long time. Though I think we have to go Rotos. We don't have enough damage to kill Taras with Galleos. I'm not even gonna try. I have definitely finished top 20 with Cardiel multiple times. I think when I had that battle against Panda, and there was that one message where, you know, I forgot which one. One of those messages from Panda. I was using Cardiel in defense on that week. I think was it in the pick server where I was like one rank above him. I think in that pick server was I with Cardiel defense. Something like that, but I actually used him quite a lot in classic arena defense at one point. And people even used to use him in offense with champions that have strong A1s like mostly what you call it? Dude, what's the Candraphon? Mostly with Candraphon. You would have like double Candraphon or champions like that, and he would do pretty good ally attack, and you could build him in resistance against lockout teams, and you could kind of try to deal with them that way, like way before Mythics or this kind of stuff. Way before Tara's passive, way before Mythics, and the best way to deal with lockout back then was to go first or use Rotos, and Candraphon A1 was kind of another option. Yeah, I did make Platkirk. It wasn't that close this time. I'm not sure about the exact rank, but I think I'm like 100 something. We actually did quite okay, and I wasn't running turtles at all. I was just running offense with Rotos and Predator. Basically running my live arena team in classic arena offense. It's a little bit, you know, scuffed, because when the big boy accounts do it, they generally kind of auto a lot of the battles, or at least half auto them, and it looks really cringe that I'm autoing battles with like a defense team, really. But at least it's the most safest and consistent thing I can do. So I used to, of course, run Rotos offense a lot before, but running something like Necret, Leorios, like Lockout and one Reviver, that kind of stuff used to be quite decent for a very long time, and you would even see, like, for multiple years in a row, you would find teams in top 20 in like defense with like Leorios and Necret and two others. And I used to always farm those teams with Rotos and Necret. They were kind of very autoable and very fast battles, but there's no squeezy teams like that I can easily auto with Rotos at this point. Okay, somebody sending me some flex picture about owning some SP people. Wait, it's offense, dude. It's not. I thought this was a picture about defense. Well, you know, I'm not gonna lie, it's not that crazy. Of course, good accounts can farm in offense. I thought that was like a defense lock. That would have been crazy. I mean, it's empowered, you know, Taras and Meritska, but, you know, that's kind of normal stuff you see at the top of the rankings anyway, so. And the thing is that Classic Arena offense is, even though it's hard for me, it's much easier than Live Arena, because you're fighting a team that doesn't get any bans, that is full auto, and you know what you're fighting against, so generally people can just reliably farm specific teams with specific teams, and it's a lot easier than like defense or Live Arena. Okay, maybe I go Necret this time. I don't know if I'm gonna regret not banning Commodus. I still wanna go Fabian. Fabian CC is just too much. Yeah, it took quite long for Siphi to fall off, but she is surprisingly rare champion these days. I feel like I almost see as much Duchess as Siphi. Maybe I even see more Duchesses than Siphi. Siphi used to be definitely considered maybe the best champion in the game for many years, and you know, every single defense team used to use it, and was kind of the only way to run defense scaling nukers in offense or in anything. Okay, Protoss getting immunity from Nakarada is actually pretty bog. So far, pretty good start. And like I said, I got earlier today another band of submission, and I put it on Nakarada, so he actually has a relic these days. Wait, I don't think I procced the passive yet, did I? Of course I didn't. Well, at least I played it right and I didn't waste the A3 on the passive. What does the LTU mean? Is that just Lithuania, or does that mean something else? I feel like I've seen that before in games. I think it just means like Lithuania or something. What are you running on your Nakarada, Vito? I mean, I don't think I see Nakarada too much, but why not run Wand on? Why not run Wand on him? It's gonna give me more chance to get turns on my other champions. I know he's in Stone Skin, but you know, he's gonna get buff stripped most of the battles anyway, so. And you know, I'm running tanky Nuker, so often the battle is still not over even when he loses the Stone Skin. Hopefully. Okay, are we gonna get stunned or not? It's kind of fun these days. I used to get stunned a lot on Rotos, but since I got him empowered, and I think people are just really avoiding resistance on Taras. Fuck, not enough damage. We're still gonna get extra turn. Yeah, he basically never gets stunned. Like, hardly ever do the Tarases have accuracy, which is good for me, but I'm sure, you know, people build Taras with no accuracy on purpose, of course. His passive, I guess, can often be kind of bad at the start of the battles, because he might get polymorphed instantly before anybody takes any turns. But works very well for my Rotos, because he can just get extra turns by hitting Marichka and not get stunned. Wait, which one is Last Laugh? I forgot what relic even is that. What does it do? Last Laugh Amulet. Is that the one that makes you not die? No, I don't think that's the one. I don't even remember what relic is that one. Do I know why players like me? Well, you know, that's an interesting question. I'm sure it kind of depends on the people. I mean, I like to say that people watch my content because because I'm the lowest spending account that finished top 3 multiple times, but I don't think anybody even remembers or cares about it at this point, so I'm sure it's more for the struggle and the vibes than my past accomplishments, sadly. So I don't know, you tell me. Not like there is that many, I mean, there is many content creators, but you know what I mean. It's not like there is thousands of content creators and you're gonna like somebody and you're not gonna like somebody. So there's people that like me, there's people that find me annoying, and it's the same thing for every other CC. But after quitting Raid, you know, it's been kind of hard to bounce back to my old glory days of content. I'm definitely not as popular as I used to be, sadly, so probably me not doing as insanely in arena as I was back in the day has something to do with it as well. I'm sure inactivity is part of it too. The reason why my builds might not be generally mainstream is not purely out of choice, but out of like necessity. that I might not have the things that are considered meta. It's always been like that. And of course, you know, what's the saying? Okay, I don't even know what's the saying in English. Like, need is the mother lode of ideas, or whatever that saying is. Somebody in the chat knows what I mean. But you know, if there's a need, you know, you'll figure out a way to do it. But it's not quite as easy like that in Raid anymore. It was a lot more doable back in the day. We're not gonna whip out Rector and farm Platinum Arena open teams in defense, so. Yeah, what Boblolava said, that's what I meant. Necessity is the mother of invention. Also, we have another saying in Finnish that doesn't have the same meaning, but we have this saying called vastarannan kiiski, and kiiski is like a fish, and it means like the literal translation is like fish of the opposite side of the lake. And that's kind of like me, not just in game but in real life, that I'm also at times kind of stubborn and I do things my own way, so there is also that. If somebody tells me that don't do any more videos about Helicat in live arena because it's making the fights last longer and ruining the game, you know, chances are that there's gonna be more of those videos after that. More than I was originally planning to do, so. I've told this before, but when Live Arena was new, and I had way worse account back then than I do now, to be fair. Of course, the champions in the game overall were much weaker, but I was running stuff like Status Offense, and I was running Cardiel in Classic Arena and so on. Many champions that I don't even have geared at this point. And in the early days of Live Arena, there was a lot less buff strip and no Marius and so on. And Stoneskin Helicat was actually really good in Live Arena battles. And not that popular, like it wasn't a thing before Live Arena, it wasn't really considered relevant. And I was having fuck, Necrot. I think we go Necrot. I was doing kind of decently well. Not decently well. Helicat was one of my main nukers. I was having much better time winning battles with Helicat than other ones. And I literally had like for months my clanmates were telling me to stop make videos with Helicat in the thumbnail. I remember there was like a poll in Mad Discord at some point that, you know, should we forbid, I mean it was kind of, I think, half in jest, but there was like a poll that should we forbid Shinny of putting Helicat in thumbnail of videos. So that was kind of fun times, and I was kind of milking it. I was kind of getting kick out of people getting so mad about Helicat, so it is what it is. I think if anybody remembers Rats, I think Rats was kind of the same way, that he was trolling people and he was being, you know, very nice about it, and I don't think really that offensive at all. But then some people got triggered from like some very, you know, cordial and, you know, basic trash talk. Then he would just do it more and more, and there is people like that. I'm not really like a cynic, but if somebody really gets mad about something, and I don't think it's really that big deal, then if anything it might make me more interested to keep doing it. So that probably has, you know, a little bit to do with my builds and strats as well. That if I figure out something that nobody's using and it's working, like Frostbite, it's pretty fun to do. But I don't really have any kind of gimmicks like that right now that I'm doing that nobody else is doing that I can think of. Frostbite used to be my original thing, that it wasn't a thing at all, and I was running every single champion in Classic Arena Defense in Frostbite, and it was actually good. I'm not running anybody in Frostbite currently, sadly. I wanna see a 9-piece variable Frostbite set. That would be fun. Make it have a set bonus that you can't proc Wand or Polymorph from Frostbite, and that would be interesting. Pair that with like new Garol or like buff strip champions like Marius or some kind of tanky buff strip teams. Maybe that could be maybe that could actually be useful. Okay, we finish off the Carnage and it's done. Anyway. Only 10 gems. When I was playing the last 24 hours of the season, I spent 100 gems on multiple occasions. I didn't even keep count, but it was definitely several times. I was cringing every time I was doing it. I know quite many people want to play a live arena so that they don't use any gems at all, and they just play the daily free battles and nothing else. And I think that makes sense if you just want to grind for the rewards. That's obviously not enough if you're trying to get like top 100 or if you want to make content about it, but that's kind of that's probably how I would do it if I wasn't, well, even if I wasn't making content, I would still push for top 500, but if I didn't care about that, then I would do it. Thing is that the original motivation, even in the early days of Raid, even when there was no Platinum Arena, I wanted to grind so that I could do well in PvP, and when we got Platinum Arena, maybe like, I wanna say in the first year of Raid, that was the only goal. All the grind was to get stronger so that we can compete in Arena. Fuck, another Empress battle. I'm gonna be scared to whip out the Rotos, but I think let's go with the Rotos and Necrot. Necrot actually been working pretty well. Okay, let's not pick it yet. Maybe I can go Carnage too, but chances are he's gonna pick multiple immunity champions. Last time that I picked Carnage earlier on the stream, it went horribly wrong, and he didn't even proc the Swift parry, even though he died and got revived multiple times. What's up, Ortiz? And what's up, Mauri? What recommendations are you referring to? Is somebody shilling for me on Discord? That would be great. Fuck. I don't think it's gonna be that great against them. Okay, we try it, but I don't think it's gonna be that great with both Galatir and Lazarus, but I wanna see if we can get a win with Carnage. I automatically click the Armand's speed aura because I'm that uncomfortable using Carnage that I don't even automatically start using the best speed aura because I hardly ever use him, and I lose every time I pick him. Okay, that's a pretty good start. But the Empress is gonna go first. Is he gonna go to the second form instantly on Galatir? I'm pretty sure not. Usually they don't do it, but I think he's thinking about it because it would be kind of good to buff strip the immunity from my Carnage if he might be able to do it. Okay, just went for immunity. Since Empress is gonna go first anyway, there's a good chance we're just gonna buff strip the immunity. Which would be great. If we can buff strip... Oh, he took double turn. Okay, never mind. We're definitely doing well now. I thought he would stay on the first form to try to keep up the immunity. But now we are actually in pretty good position. Carnage is actually looking like he's gonna be able to do his thing. Damn, he's slapping me so hard. My Carnage is I think like 260 speed, but this guy is taking like 15 turns before my... Okay, now he's going for it. Okay, good. He's taking 15 turns before Carnage moves once. I feel like this should almost seal the deal. We got the... we got the plague spread out. Now it's so annoying for him to play after this. Granted that, actually, maybe it's not that good. We have the plague only on sheep and on... Should I just do A2 on the sheep? I probably should do it. Because if I hit the... yeah, I think that was worth it. If I were to hit the Lazarus and not spread the AIDS, then we might actually lose the debuffs. And not keep it up. It's like a mini game with Carnage that you need to make sure that the plague is spread around, but if you have it up, then they can't do anything. Oh yes, we got the other debuff up too. Now we're good. Now I can just hit the Maritzka and it should be over. Or not. Am I typical Finn in relation to what? I mean, I would say I'm pretty typical Finnish people. Finnish person. Of course, you know, people are individuals and I don't think ethnicity tells everything about the person, but there is definitely some cultural differences between ethnicities, and I would say that I'm pretty typical Finnish person. I'm not the most outgoing. I might be, you know, a little bit awkward or shy, but I'm also very stubborn and I have very strong opinions. So I think that's kind of like the stereotypical Finnish mentality in a nutshell. We're not super cocky and confident like some, you know, street people from US or anything like that, but Finnish people can also be very, very stubborn. Damn. This battle is still going. It's kind of I'm still good, right? I can get the Blake up again. If I can just survive until that, there's no way we can lose. Mythic revivers are just bonkers. It should be mandatory in the game that every account should get either Theodosia or Galatir. It's just so unfair if you don't... No, okay, fuck me. It's over. We lost. It's just so unfair if you don't get one of those. God damn it. God damn it. I should have picked Rotos. I take everything back. You know, Rotos gets cocked by Empress, but I'm pretty sure I would have ended this battle with Rotos by now. If he just gets a turn, I would definitely kill this guy. Ah, fuck me. I don't think this is enough for comeback though. I don't think I procced the Swift Parry on Garnets yet. Just like I didn't on last battle. He died like 15 times and he didn't proc it once. I guess we could still proc it. Maybe there's a way, but he has immunity, so... I don't know. I have to double check after this. No, okay. Do we have the gear set on him? How is he never proccing Swift Parry? Is he like missing a piece? Maybe that's it. Wait, did I take his items for Raphael? Maybe he's actually missing. Oh my god. Maybe that's the reason why we were not... fuck me, I forgot about this. That's the reason why he wasn't proccing Swift Parry. Okay, maybe I dug myself a grave. I'm sure we would have won that battle if he actually had gear on. Fuck. Well. Moving on. I guess I'll give him one more shot, since he wasn't even geared. Do you need double damage in Classic Arena defense? I wouldn't say that you need it, but I think in the current meta, if you take a look at the teams, I think most teams are running double nuker. It's pretty common, but not every team. But considering there is champions like Nice that are revivers and nukers, it's not too hard to do it. When we were looking at the leaderboards earlier, maybe like 10 minutes before the reset, I didn't see any Scenic Runes, which was kind of surprising because I feel like I saw them a couple weeks ago in top 20 teams. But we were just seeing pretty much a lot of like Predator, Taras and Nice. I don't know if there was any other nukers in top 20 defense teams. Maybe there was, but it was pretty much just those three. And I think a lot of teams were running like two of those champions. It was either like Taras, Maritska, or then it was like Theodosia and Predator, I feel like in almost every team in top 20. You can see it somewhere in the stream if you go back, but it's probably hard. Actually, it's not hard to find the timestamp. It's like 10 minutes before the Platinum reset ended. I was looking at the top 20 because I wasn't in Platinum yet. For new players, should you focus on upgrading your rare champions? Probably not, you know. We get so much free stuff these days compared to before. Even epics, hopefully you get some legendaries that you invest on them. If you're that early that you don't have other stuff than rares, level up your starter champion and I'm sure you're gonna get some epics or, you know, legendaries before that. Fuck, we go Rotos. I don't think there is too many relevant rares even in the early game. Have I tried live outside of games? That's a good question. I mean, I've always played games since I was like 5 years old, but sure. I mean, I have talked about it, not that I want to dox myself too much, but I used to be like super hardcore into sports, specifically dancing, so maybe I'm a little bit doxing myself there, but I used to be very competitive. I was like top 10 in it, so, you know. I have done other stuff too, but and I was even like in the sports college and everything like that. I was like super hardcore about it. Back then I couldn't play as much as I wanted to, but I'm kind of happy playing games, I'm not gonna lie. Even if it's not gonna be Raid, it's gonna be other games like MMOs or just normal RPGs. So I don't think I'm ever gonna quit games, to be honest. And I think a lot of people of our generation, assuming that you're around my age, which I think most people on the stream are. I think there is gonna be a lot of grandpa gamers in like 40 years. Unlike the current old people. You know, my grandpa, he doesn't even use a phone, but well, I'm probably not gonna use phone that much either. I hate phones. Phone is like a retarded computer, but it's so, you know, annoying to use. But I'm sure I will still be playing video games even when I'm like 90. I'm like almost certain about it. I'll probably play more video games when I'm 80 or 90 than I do right now. So, but right now it's cold and I hate ice fishing. I don't want to go freeze my toes and fingers, but when it gets summer, I'm definitely gonna go fishing. So that's like one thing that I do outside of gaming. Maybe some other stuff at some point, but pretty much like my hobbies are, you know, manga, gaming, books, fishing. That's pretty much it. Is there? I don't think there's literally anything else that I do. Well, now I've been working out recently because I want to get buff, and I have like workout stuff right behind like my PC on my like. This is not like a basement, but it's like the, you know, lowest floor, let's say. On my ground floor, I have my gaming setup and I have my workout setup. So that's kind of a new hobby, I guess. I have dabbled in it before, but now I'm kind of more serious about it, and I'm definitely gonna get in shape again. That's all of my hobbies. There's definitely nothing else outside of those, and I'm still kind of new to actually trying to work my muscles. It's a funny story because, like I said, I used to be like hyper competitive in dancing. It was like all of my childhood pretty much outside of gaming. I used to train like 5 hours a day every day, including weekends, for like, I don't know, 10 years of my life. But I mean, I did dancing longer than 10 years, but obviously when I was 6 I wasn't working as hard as I was like when I was 16. But I wanted to go to the gym, I want to say when I was around 15, and both my coach in dancing, who is like a very strict one, and my mom, because I think my coach said it to her, they forbid me for going to the gym so that it doesn't affect my, like, what's the word in English? How stretchy you are. And it wasn't just me, like, but the other people in our, like, you know, what do you call it? Like, that were, like, training together. They were literally forbidding people to go to the gym. So I kind of wanted to do it when I was young, and it was kind of hip and cool, and I was really interested. And I wasn't allowed. And then later on, when I was living by myself and more independent, you know, I was just you know, gaming and studying, and I never got into that stuff, but it's still not too late. So I was saying it, I think, on the last stream, that people always, you know, make fun of people that have like show muscles, and I kind of want to get show muscles at this point. Even if I work out, I'm definitely not gonna be more athletic than I was when I was like 15 or 20. But I might, you know, I might be more muscular, so it will be like a different thing. I'm never gonna get as good cardio as I had in college, but I might as well do something. I can lift weights next to my PC in my, you know, gaming area and listen to music and not be bothered by anybody else. So it's actually kind of chill and kind of fits my vibes. So I don't think any poison champions, you know, I don't think you can use them outside of the poison. Like, you need to have the poison relic, and you need to have blessing. Let me double check. I think you get like 100% more damage at 3-star and 200 at I want to say 5-star, right? I don't think you can really use some poison champions are kind of relevant, like Nail and Kalvalax and so on. But if they don't have blessing, then you can't use them. It's the same with poison and burn. Yeah, you get 100% more poison damage if you're 3-star. You know, that's quite a big difference. So it's literally unusable if you don't have it. And really, you want to have 5-star. 3-star is kind of scuffed. Same with the burns, but burns you almost 5-star is not enough. You want really 6-star. Where is it? 5-star you get 100% more damage, but 6-star you decrease their turn meter, which is obviously crazy. So I would probably use my Kalvalax, though I think it's gonna be increasingly hard to use somebody like Kalvalax with the amount of Mercurial usage right now, which is definitely increasing in popularity. I think champions like Kalvalax and even Gizmak and so on are gonna be maybe indirectly a little bit weaker, like right now and in the near future because of Mercurial set. But if I had geared Kalvalax, I would definitely, or by geared I mean blessed, because we can definitely get gear on him, but it's not even worth like it's not even worth dusting and askending and clipping gear for him if you don't have any blessing. So yeah, Helicat UDK, that was the way, because if you have like really slow UDK, he's always gonna have the boss up from Helicat, and he's always gonna take one hit when enemy attacks with the passive, and every time you hit somebody with block damage up when Helicat is on the team, he's gonna counter attack. So basically UDK is like unkillable with like permanent block damage and in tanky build anyway, and then Helicat is just spamming counter attack all the time, and it was a menace. But now everybody has like 15 lockouts and 15 buff strippers in every team, so it went from being like actually like I almost want to say it was like meta using Helicat, but now it's not usable at all. I don't even really think about using him because I'm never gonna find a matchup where he works out. Marius kind of ruined that kind of strats too. He's so popular, but there's so many others as well. Okay, Georgie team, should we go for Harima? I feel like I'm still gonna get cocked by the combination of him just outspeeding me and, you know, Odin doing his thing, but maybe we can do this. Last battle, I didn't ban Odin and I really regretted it, but I guess the Carnage wasn't geared. Next season, Vitu. Next season is gonna be no breaks. I kind of got depressed because I was starting to fight a lot harder teams, and even right now, obviously, I'm not, you know, it's gonna be uphill challenge, but, you know, when I have had like 2 nukers and Protoss is always getting countered, and if he's not getting countered, they're, you know, they might pick Protoss or ban him, or, you know, I'm meeting teams with Emrys, UDK and Harima in the same team because they know I don't have other nukers. I really wanted to wait until I get Emrys to push to keep my sanity. Next season I'm gonna push and not take breaks. I'm sure I'm still gonna, you know, I'm still gonna lose my sanity because it's still not gonna be even, but it's gonna be a lot more doable. That Odin stun totally screwed us. If we didn't get stunned, we would have been totally fine. He would have gotten many counterattacks here, and I think we would have already won the battle, but I don't think there's any comeback. Now we lost the passive, and now he's useless. Yeah. Odin is so OP. I know he's not really, because, you know, he can just get polymorphed and branded, but he never does when I face him. Oh fuck, that was last battle. Ended it on a loss. At least I got the plat this week, and I didn't fizzle down. How old am I? I'm 32. Am I ignoring chat? It's kind of hard to keep up with it. I'm not gonna lie. This wouldn't be the first time. I'm not as bad as Boomer. Boomer used to be literally 1 hour behind chat, so I'm still better than that. But sometimes there is story time, and then I'm gonna be behind. Okay, let's see. What do we have? Wait. Maybe it would have been better if I showed the battles. Okay, let's see the chat. Wait, am I just looking at the same questions? I think we scrolled up when I moved the chat. Man, I'm actually really behind on the chat. Fuck. If I had Galatir, how would I build one? I would build it in resistance, of course. I think the two current sets that really make sense. I mean, you could do other stuff too, but either build him in 6-piece stone skin and in resistance, and you want to build him like, you know, you could go more fast or more tanky, but probably you want both. You don't want to go like squeezy Galatir that is fast and high resistance. You want to get everything, but you know, 6-piece resistance or 9-piece Mercurial in resistance and balanced and tanky and fast build. You could go really fast or really tanky, you know, but I think that's pretty much it. I don't think there's a lot of other things to do on Galatir. 6-piece stone skin is great, and I would have good set on him, so that's definitely what I would do. Getting 9-piece Mercurial is a lot easier on champion that doesn't need resistance or accuracy or both of them, so that's gonna take a while until people can do that on Galatirs. But I think 9-piece Mercurial is gonna be like the super end game set all of the top Galatirs are gonna run in like a year or two, so wait, I still put it in the background battles. Fuck. Yeah, it's Predator was a lot more on the leaderboards this week than it was on the last week. I don't know. I guess, you know, often in those top clans, since I've been part and I've seen it, is somebody like they're trying their defense teams against other people's offense teams, and if something works out, then multiple people in the same clan are gonna run it. And let's say that you know, let's say for argument's sake that SP figures something out and they start running something that works, you know, the people, the autists in the other top clans, they are gonna do like billion battles against those people and exactly figure out what they're running, their speeds and everything else, and they're gonna write them down in case they attack their defense teams next week, and they're also gonna copy the best parts of it and implement them. And there's a very big like bandwagon effect in the top arena teams, like if we talk about top 20 or somewhere along those lines, that if there's something new and hot, everybody's running the same thing and people are, you know, copying other people, or however you want to put it. If something works, it makes sense that everybody's doing it. So it's pretty typical that most of them are running pretty much the same team, or maybe like 2 variations of same team or something like that. But Predator wasn't as popular like a couple weeks ago, so it went up a lot. No, I wasn't doing ballet. I don't want to say what kind of dancing. I would dox myself too hard. That's as far as I go. I'll do dancing. I did do dancing. I don't do it anymore. I quit when I was like, I want to say 21. I did it from when I was like 6 years old, or when I was 6. So I've told that before many times, so that's not like a new thing, but what synergizes best with Predator? I think, like, you know, kind of tanky teams that buy him time. I think just the popular meta stuff is good. He's kind of a weird champion that you can't really counter him, how it works, and there's not like a really specific synergy. Like, it would be nice if you can have like a tanky team and maybe somebody gives you whale, but he doesn't need like speed team or decreased defense or something really specific to work. You can just pretty much put him in any team. Obviously, if you run some kind of squishy speed defense, which nobody is running in Platinum defense anyway, and that hasn't been a thing for years, but maybe he wouldn't be the best fit in those. But just the common meta stuff like Theodosia, Galatir, Nice, they're all good with him. So pretty much I feel like all the popular stuff you can fit him into it. I think I said it from the first time that I bought him and made the video about him. Like, Predator and Nice sounds like a really nasty combination, that you have 2 insanely tanky nukers, and both of them can solo teams, and, you know, Nice can even revive Predator, which is like extra annoying. If anybody has a picture of the top 20 defense teams, send it in the chat and we can take a look at it. I'm not gonna try to data mine my stream, because it would be annoying to look for it while doing the stream, but we were looking at that during the stream before. We kind of saw the top 20 just before it ended. But like I said, the nukers were pretty much Taras, Predator and Nice, and I don't think I saw any other nukers in top 20. And other than that, it was a lot of Maritska, Theodosia and Galatir. Yeah, I think Mercurial is giving a lot of power boost to those kind of offensive champions that do debuffs on enemies. It's really strong for them, almost, you know, better than the past options like Feral and so on, like Intercept. I think most are gonna do Mercurial in the future. I was already seeing a lot of it at the end of the season. I saw many teams that they had already 2 or 3 champions in Mercurial. Even 4-piece is good, but maybe on Revivers 9-piece and 4-piece on like the offensive support champions, or offensive nukers with like Devos, Dismark and Comidus and those types of things. It's gonna be really hard to get 9-piece Mercurial on somebody like Odin though. I don't think that's gonna be super easy. I'm sure people are gonna do it eventually, but that's gonna be That's gonna take a while. As you can see, I'm not really tryharding with my PvE teams like we were talking about before. I'm running turtles in like half of the content that I'm doing just because they're always scared and they can do pretty much anything. Plain Widow, how old do I look to you? If you can say like unbiased opinion after you actually know how old I am. I feel like I kind of look my age, or maybe people are gonna guess I'm a little bit younger, but I think it's not. I think I kind of look my age, so it shouldn't be too hard to guess, I think. It wasn't formation dance. I don't know if I should answer too many questions, but I went into like a sports college and I was friends with some of those people. Also like formation, what you call it? Formation ice skating. I was friends with some of those people. Yeah, I think I'm like, my age is kind of normal in Raid, but definitely there's a lot of people that are like older than me. I'm pretty sure like in the more casual circles it's gonna go like younger, but in the super hardcore clans, I think people are generally pretty old. And I remember that in Mad there really wasn't too many people younger than me. There was like, you know, there was 2 persons that were like significantly younger than me, and they were kind of the odd ones out, but other than that, the youngest people were like my age or maybe a couple years younger than me, but a lot of people in like their, you know, 30s, early 40s and that kind of stuff mostly. I think if you are competing super hardcore in Raid, you probably need some kind of money, and it's more often than not gonna be people in their 40s than 15-year-old teenagers, so. And they're gonna be playing Fortnite or something like that. I have literally not once ever tried Fortnite. I feel like I almost should try it as a meme sometime, but it's kind of... I'm pretty sure Fortnite is not as meta as it used to be. World of Warcraft was my Fortnite. Oh, do my facial hair make me look older? Well, I mean, old people can care about pixels, why not? I mean, if... Like, I was always saying this back in the day that, you know, not that I, you know... Not that I try to like chill for Plarium too hard or encourage like people wailing, because it can be issue, and I've seen a lot of sad things like that happen to my clanmates in the past, but you know, people spend a lot of money in sports. Like we were just talking about my sports experience. Like if you play something like ice hockey, like I said, I went to sports college, everybody there was like very competitive. It's like a college where you get in based on your performance in sports. So like, you know, there's a lot of like Olympians and national team players and this kind of stuff there. All the competitive sports people were there. And something like ice hockey cost insane amount of money. You know, if you're actually competitive in ice hockey, spending like 30k a year on it is not a lot. Like they're spending more than that. Like basically any sport, if you're super hardcore, it's gonna cost a lot of money. I'm sure you can find a sport that is not, but even if it's a sport where you don't need some kind of expensive equipment, you're still gonna, if you're really competitive, you're gonna have private lessons from like famous people that are gonna cost a lot of money. We're talking about like, you know, 100 plus euros an hour, maybe like 200 euros an hour. You're gonna have private lessons, and then you're gonna go to competitions all the time, and you need, you know, you need to book the flights, you need to have a hotel, it costs money to enter competitions and this kind of stuff. So any kind of sport is gonna cost a lot of money, and people spend lots of money on everything. So if you spend like 10k on raid, it might feel bad and a lot, but you know, people who play like ice hockey are gonna spend that much and way more if they are super competitive. So it shouldn't be that weird to spend money in raid, you know. I wanna give break for those people, because people spend a lot of money on other hobbies too, so it's not that weird, to be honest. I feel kind of bad about it retroactively thinking about how much money my parents spent on my you know, dancing, which was insane amount of money. And they are not like oil barons, so it definitely took a toll on them. I was, you know, I was basically flying every week. I was either going to competition or training camp or something like that. Or going with train, but you know, something, so. And if you wanna get really cynical about it, you know, what's the point in anything? Like, I don't think the end goal is to make a lot of money and then bury it under like a hill. Like, what is even money intended for? So, but maybe house is more important than mythic shards. That's all I'm gonna say. That's my priorities. First house, then mythic shards. This Doom Tower rotation is kind of sad. There's not any boss that I'm even gonna craft their sets, so it feels kind of pointless to even farm anything. I don't know if you guys use any of these sets. I feel like the only kind of usable one would be the Griffin set, because it's like heals you and you could use it on PvE. But if you're going for speedruns, if we talk about the endgame PvE, which would be Hydra and Shimmer, I feel like you can't use it in like anything. None of these sets matter. If anybody, if anybody uses any of these sets for something that is relevant, then let me know in the comments, because I haven't figured it out. What's up, Hams Kane? I didn't quit though. I was I mean, I quit for a year, so for quite a long time. I've been back since the end of the summer though, so I've been back at it for a while. I just have been kind of under the radar, because obviously I'm not strong enough to push for the top rankings in Arena, and I'm not in any like big boy clan, so I'm not as much in spotlight. Yeah, honestly, 10k plus is not really that much money if you're really competitive in sports. Any sports. If you do swimming, you know, you might think it doesn't cost a lot of money. Like but basically my best friend in college was like a really good swimmer, and you know, it still costs insane amount of money. You still have to travel and go to lessons, and that alone costs a lot. they had kind of a good deal because there was like a swimming, what do you call it? Swimming building? How do you call it? Not like a pool, but like a swimming hall or whatever it's called. It was like opposite side of our like college entrance, basically. It was like other side of parking lot was the swimming place. I had to go like the other side of city for my morning practice, and I was often late to the school because of it, but he just had to walk like 100 meters to get to school from his swimming practice. I don't have a boyfriend. I know that might shock you, but I don't. I'm not... Nothing wrong with that, but that's not exactly how I roll, to be honest. Oh, what's up? Thanks for the raid, Dunkler Konik Rayleigh. That sounds like that's a One Piece name. I don't know about the other ones. I think that's like German or something, but Rayleigh sounds kind of familiar. I don't know about for life. You know, I wasn't like a player or anything, but let's say I got into that stuff very early, not really out of my own volition, but you know, I was you know, not to get into like, you know, details, but I was into that stuff very early in my teenage years, and you know, I had quite a long relationship in my early 20s, and after that I've been kind of chilling. I'm not even really looking for a long-term relationship, I'm not gonna lie. It would be kind of annoying, but I'm not like, you know, if it happens, it happens, but I'm not going to the bars like I used to when I was like a teenager or early 20s. I know going to the bars as teenager might shock some Americans, but people in Finland are kind of more chill about it, you know. I was going to like what do you call it, like music festivals when I was 14, and my mom knew that I was drinking, and you know, her way to deal with it was that, you know, I need to know when and where, and I need to know that you're drinking, and then we're cool. So I got that out of my system very early on. Maybe too early that it's kind of shocking for some conservative American people, but that's kind of common in Finland actually. Yeah, I'm a big One Piece fan, but you know, the story moves so slowly. I've taken like big breaks from it multiple times. Like, I've read both the manga and watched the anime until maybe like 4 years ago, and I haven't watched anything or read anything for 4 years, and probably I will do it soon. But it just, you know, reading like one chapter every now and then, or watching one filler a week is kind of boring. So I wanted to get more. I wanted the story to go longer so that I can binge watch it. But I have read everything up to, I don't remember, it's like chapter 1.1k, or I don't remember, something along those lines. Like end of the Wano saga is that I've watched and read everything. Obviously I've gotten some leaks just existing on the internet, but I have had quite a long break from One Piece. Yeah, okay, it's not, you know, maybe it's more done outside of bars here. We have this term, you probably have something similar in English, but it's called pussikalia, that like you have like, what's pussy in English? Like back beer. You have your own stuff and then you go to like festival or something. That's the way, but when I was like in my early 20s, then I was going to bars. Before that, it was like music festivals and parties and birthdays and that kind of stuff. I hardly drink at all at this point. I'll drink like a glass of wine if there's some event just to be cordial, but I'm not really that into drinking. Not that I can't do it, but I don't really care about it. It's a funny story. Like a couple months ago, I live in like a very small town, and it's very, very small community, kind of rural, and there is like 2 bars here, and they are very active. For a small town, they are super active, and there was one Sunday that I was like, fuck, I don't have any food, and the what do you call it? The food store closes early on a Sunday, and I was really hungry and I had no food, so I was gonna go to the local bar to get like some burger takeout, and then I ended up staying there because there was bunch of people that wanted to talk, but I don't really do it too often. But I did do it like several months ago, somewhere in the when it was called. I want to say like maybe November. November was last time I went to bar, and it was just by myself to get some food, but I ended up staying there for quite a while, or by while I mean until it closed, so I think to like 1 AM or something like that. Well, Predator is maybe one of the easier +4s to get, since it's from Python. As far as gear goes, it depends what you have. Any usable nuke gear works for him, so Lethal, Savage, Merciless, those are the popular options. It's not that his build is kind of normal. I don't think you don't need any weird gimmicks in his build. Outside of that, he doesn't need Stone Skin as much as other champions. You totally can build him in 4-piece Stone Skin, but you don't really have to. So, but he's probably one of the easier champions to gear on this game. You don't even have to build him that fast. I probably should lose maybe like 20 or 30 speed on my Predator. I have thought about it. It could be good for the battle sometimes that you have the passive up as long as possible, and maybe the enemies lose their stone skins and other stuff before you take a turn, so that you can get kills easier. He doesn't really have to be fast, he doesn't need some kind of weird build, so it's not too hard to do it. Yeah, his damage is not insane. The A2 damage is pretty good, but you definitely want good gear for him to make most out of it, but you don't need really like specific gimmicky set. I would put mine on 6-piece Merciless if I had it, but I don't. And I'm just using 4-piece Lethal and 2-piece Cruel, but it could be 2-piece anything. You could have 4-piece Savage and 2-piece Protection or million other combos, and it wouldn't be that big difference. Wait, what do I still have left? Nothing. Anyway, I think we're pretty much done anyway. I had one stream where I streamed for like 8 hours and we went for two different live arena time slots, but usually I kind of end my streams when live arena ends or shortly after it. Sure. Greetings to... Wait, is that some kind of... I feel like that's some kind of... I think that's some kind of bait. Roll sales. Are you trying to... You're definitely trying to trick me. I feel like that must mean something. Anyway, greetings to your friend. Ours. That sounds a little bit sassy the way you put that sentence. Yeah, I don't live too far off from a pub either. It's probably maybe like 300 meters. I have kind of really good spot because it's some small town, very chill, very safe. There's like lake maybe 200 meters and pub maybe 300 meters away from me, so... And like I said, the pub here is very like active, considering how small town it is. It's kind of, you know, there's a lot of, you know, local drunks that go there every day, but a lot of other people too. And the food isn't that bad. It's pretty decent food for a bar. Anyway, that's it for the stream. Have a nice day and see ya.